There's trickery, Pam. There's trickery at play. Well, okay, no, it's like that intelligence level of, like, the gene pool is definitely... There's pee in the pool. And, again, that's not maybe fair to say, but these are... He's harassed me long after I told him to stop, but I'm like, maybe you should date a rock, because you guys have the same intelligence level. And that's about how well you treat people. So, yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, I've got all kinds of sassy diva stories about dating and men with pictures and texts to prove that, like, there's some questionable peoples out here. There's that phrase. I didn't tell him that. I wanted to. I couldn't tell him that because, he's retaliatory. Like, the day after him and I politely told him that I don't want to date him, and he didn't take that. He came back to attack me and be belligerent and stupid. But I kindly told him to leave me alone, and I don't want to date him. And then the next day I woke up to a dead bird outside my door. So I knew that if I told him, and at one point I did tell him to grow up. At one point I did tell him to grow up, because I'm like, you're overreacting. I told you to leave me alone. I said it kindly. And then he continued. But I knew at one point, like, I knew I couldn't say certain stuff to him, because he's retaliated against me. And he's retaliated against me in black magic. And, no, it was magic. That was a dead bird. That was like a sacrifice right outside my fucking door. I have a lot of people, because I live in the South, I have a lot of people that are practicing in magic where they shouldn't be. They want to throw hex hands. I'm like, you should know who you're throwing hex hands against before you throw them, because magic doesn't work on everyone. Some people have anointings on their head that your hexes don't work because it wasn't meant to be done. So, I have a lot of people that have been trying to destiny swap with me that are finding out that that is not possible. So, and as far as dead animals for offerings that have been left on my property, I do have pictures of those too. So that's always fun, because, like I say, like, I've had a few practitioners I know that have been out doing whatever they're doing and leaving me presents. And, like, how stupid you look when I told you I don't like you, I don't want anything to do with you, to leave me the fuck alone, there's consequences to touching me, and then you're doing whatever you're doing under moons in my yard. Like, I think you're a fucking idiot, but enjoy that karma that's gonna come to you because you knew better. So, I don't know if any of that made sense, but yeah. There's a lot of boys that have been playing in closets that they shouldn't have been, that have now been coming to light. And girls, I guess. Okay, well, let's just not show that cards. I was showing that earlier. Buddha is the theme. How are we maintaining our peace? How are we maintaining that center? This is cyclical. We're just going to say these are aliens, Atlanteans. I don't know how I'm trying to say that. And royalty. We've got the keys. We've got the time. Well, I was trying to say ants, because where I moved to, they have the term Atlanteans, ATLians. I was trying to figure out how my mouth don't talk around it, apparently. But there's definitely some things here that don't make sense. So, and I never would have known unless I had moved away from, yeah. Okay, so I'm always learning, and that's how we keep growing and going. If somebody says, I know everything on the authority, they don't know shit, and you should run the other way. Like when you come to readers and they're like, this is absolutely what's going to do. Nope. We're always learning. Like, the one thing that divinity and God teaches us is that we're always the student and everyone's always the teacher. Yeah. We are all waking up to find out we are all Persephone, and we are all bonded to our Hades, and how that serves us and how we need to free ourselves from that limitation. Words are spells. Words are spells. Selling is casting. That's why we speak the prophecies over our life. That's why we say don't raise your tongue in negativity, because you're speaking the words over someone's life, including yourself. So when you're having a hard day, saying instead of this is the worst, no, this is always working out in my highest good. We are, like, imagining it in what does it look like healed? What is the highest good? You can also cast the spell of love, healing, happiness, and freedom over your life too. You can cast it. You have to cast it. And when you're ready, you'll be brave enough to put in the steps to release yourself from the bondage. You take the spells off your life because you reclaim your power. Yeah? It's like when you have negative thoughts. Why? Why do you want to... Yeah. I am. And not enough. I've been told both by men all the time, you're too much and not enough, and that's okay. I'm not for everyone. I am exclusive, expansive, and expensive. Thank you! I've been screaming that for years. He's just joking. He's just joking. He's just feeling a little heat, and that's fine. He's not the only man that can't handle me. There's a whole list. There's a whole, there was one man that could handle me long term, and that's, he gave it a good go. He couldn't make it. It's the Aries, it's deflection. Don't be scared. I go toe-to-toe with Aries. Remember, I love you guys. I go toe-to-toe with you guys. Because I love you. If I didn't love you. He likes women that make his blood pulse. So we'll talk about the angel wings and the freedom. The freedom, we'll talk about sacred geometry, the resonance, the DNA. The king, chess piece, you gotta have the chemistry, the life force, the luck. I do make your blood boil, but if you didn't really like me, you wouldn't be listening or watching. If it didn't matter to you, you wouldn't be here. This is the Synchronicity Oracle. I love this set of decks because it calls to so many different things. And then what I also like to do is when I get a bunch of decks, I'll look for the commonality between them to see what the most prevalent theme is for people that they may need to go look for. But this is the Synchronicity Oracle deck. So I'm a deck queen. I love decks. I love all sizes of decks, all kind of decks. Not anything more. Unless we're on, Yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay. I can't say that out loud. I mean, I can, but I can't because, women still aren't allowed to have wants or needs or be seen as lustful creatures. Princess, yeah. All right. Okay. How I came into my witchhood. I came into it from love, honestly. And it's a story I don't really talk about much, and I'm not probably going to talk too much about because it's big, but my witch wound, my Kundalini awoke from love and trauma, and it was time for the whole collective to learn, rise, and grow. And some of us answered that call to be brave enough to wake up and take the fire even while nobody understood. They sure are trying though. And they got a whole group together, and I wish that they would have realized that the people that lobbed the accusations were the ones that had started the whole campaign, had set the stage, had yeah. So let's talk about that, because modern day witch hunts are still going on. And when my witch, when I awoke, we are sisters. And I know in past lives, I've been into hoodoo roots, and I know I've been indentured in past lives. But we'll talk about modern day, how my family stole and robbed and mimicked and ripped off my gifts, but then denounced me saying, oh, she's a witch. And then ironically, I called it, I saw it, I brought, I tried to warn everybody, right? And then ironically, those same gifts that they mocked, stole, mimicked, they're out trying to use, but they can't actually use it. And they're trying to use it. My sister was predicting my mother's death when she was actively poisoning and telling my sister, you're going to die. Or sorry, my sister was telling my mom, and maybe that's, but my sister denounced my gifts, called me a witch, crucified me. But then is turning around and trying to use my gift of sight to predict people's deaths. Well, she's predicting the death because she's also bought into the life insurance policies that are written on my mom that she stole. It's funny because my whole family got into a battle over money, and then actually snaked each other, but they can't turn around and rat on each other because that would mean that they would be implicit. So they went to all this work to steal all this, but they can't actually cash in on it, because cashing in on it would show that they have done the most. When my mom died, my sister was living with my mom, but my sister works in the medical field, right? So she has access to those records. She has for a long time. There have a lot of been of family deaths that haven't been accidental now that I go back and look at friends too. And not just in my family, but also in my ex's family, also along, like I say, a lot of my friends and their families. There's been a lot of deaths for money. But my sister tried using my gifts because she was trying to say, oh, I know when mom's going to die. Well, she knew when mom was going to die because she had a direct hand in administering the lethal doses. And then when my mom died, she went in and tried to steal the jewelry, steal the money, steal all of that. But now she's getting the cops called on her because she went in and tried to steal all the things. If Chan is dead. If Chan is dead. Is Chan missing? Mordecai, it's happening in a lot more houses than you realize and understand. I came from a normal family. I came from a family that was very well liked, respected in the community. And then turned out that the call came from inside the house. It feels so. Chan feels so. As far as Chan channeling into Chan, it feels like she's like in like a bound, like no messages in, no messages out, like still alive, but like unable to reach the outside world. But weak, scared, debilitated. I would be sending any positive energy you can. Send her love, send her light. Say, I feel you, I hear you. Reach out to me energetically, please. Because I feel the energy there, but it's like can't break through. Like, you know, when you're like in a room and you're like, I can't get out, like nobody can hear me. That's what it feels like. So like still alive, but also like scared. Feels like mama, like mama. Like there was a pact made with mama, and that could be past lives, but there was like a pact made with mama to keep you guys apart. Because to be together would, you guys, they wouldn't be able to stop you. And it could be her mama. But that's okay. So when I say like my witch stuff, that came because I realized I'm not alone. So like if I go out, my partner goes out. So a lot of days I've kept going because I know that we need to stay together. We need to make sure we get through. So even if you can't hear or feel, be sending love energetically. Imagine sending like a golden bubble of light. I feel that was energetically something. I'm gonna take a breath. I'm gonna get up, get a drink of tea, go pee really quick. Please let me know if that resonated, if you felt that somewhere, anywhere, or if that brings like a sync to mind, so you can know that that's on. Yeah. Yeah. I need a walkabout for a minute myself because that was. All right. Some people are like, some energies get super like chatty, especially when they can't say anything to us. They'll be chatty with who can channel. I'll be back, my love. Okay. All right. Coming back in after taking a little walkabout, and I don't know how long I'm going to be in for that, but I'm going to clear out some energy. So what I have here is a chakral crystal bowl, and this is quartz infused with moldavite. I don't know why moldavite is so hard to like think of. I mean, I know because moldavite is part meteor and it is incredibly powerful, transformative. It's like thunderstruck, come in and it just fucking transforms your life. So let's switch gears for just a moment after that heaviness and let's clear out. So this moldavite is spectacular for transforming our life. It's very heavy, like mana, like fiery, passionate energy. Again, moldavite is like clean out. So let's use some moldavite. This is for the crown chakra. So crown, and that's dealing with our intuition. That's how we're moving through the world. That's where we get our messages from source, from divinity. So imagine we are a clear channel conduit, and we are also like a vortex field. So you're getting, you're sending information out from your heart. You're going up through your crown. You're sending it out to the universe. The universe is also simultaneously, because we're like a push and pull at the same time, right? We're constantly moving. So we're constantly gathering information in through our crown to be able to receive and use within our body, within our atmosphere, and to return to Earth. So sound therapy, imagine, is like taking and knocking any space junk, clatter, whatever, up off of your aura. So we're moving through stuck energy. It can be intense. It can feel like tingles. It can be vibrations. It can be thrumming. It can feel like zaps, zips, breathe, rest, drink water, meditate. So I have here crown, and then in a moment, well, I also have sacral currently out, so I can get that one out as well. Hello. So I'm gonna bring this guy up, and as I play through the crown chakral bowl, like say, imagine like you're letting go. I may not be. Catch me if you can. If not, whisper me, Mordecai. You've got my info. You know where I'm at. I'm gonna do, before you go anywhere, Mordecai, let me do this for you. Sorry, as I kick the camera. Let me do this for you, just to give you a clear channel to be deciding where to eat. So, take a big breath in. I want you to release it. Take a big breath in, release it like a lion. Take another big breath in. Release it. Okay. So remember, but weren't you just telling me 5 minutes ago how mad I was making you? Let it go. Let it go, Mordecai. It's actually how I stay alive. I infuriate people and make them laugh. And I'm cute. Remember I said, I know you hate that. I hate that song too. Trust me. Yet release. What we fight, what we resist persists. What we resist persists. Right? Release your mind and the rest will follow, Mordecai. So when you're ready to stop resisting whatever's been chasing you, you'll get the answers you seek, man. Fill your mind as you're on your way in your endeavors to find food, right? Like a caveman. Feel that knowing of whatever you want, you're going to get exactly it. Right? You know now, especially because we just cleared out your mind, right? You cleared it out. Now you're going to be able to get in that car. You're going to be like, I know exactly where I'm going, exactly what I want. And you're going to be so satisfied. Okay, well, I need a hug as well. And food. But, I mean, hello. Well, that was... Welcome on in, Light Seeker. Nice to meet you. This Mars is a moldavite and quartz infused bowl. This is the crown chakra. So let's release anything that is not ours to carry. Not your mama's shit, not your daddy's shit, not anybody's shit. Let it go. Anything in your crown that's blocking you out, let it go. So moldavite, we know it is ground shaking, earth quaking. Mordecai, you can go and come back, my love. Yeah. I've sent it out to the whole freaking collective. Let's go. Release your fears and the rest will follow you. Yes, be well. Fare thee well, Mordecai, as you wish. Go on your way to gather food and come back to us and tell us of your grand adventures. No, you're not going to stay. You need sustenance. You need to eat. Otherwise, you won't be able to come back tomorrow. Okay, when you say, oh, that's nice, that reminds me of the Bruce voice from Nemo. You've probably never seen Finding Nemo, but... Yes, thank you for verifying. The women folk do not venture out at night. I am so glad you, stand on that, because people think I'm nutso when I'm like, yeah, I don't go out at night. It's dangerous. Yeah, fish are friends, not food. I moved to the south and I couldn't figure out why I had such like a sundowner effect. And I really think that was like past lives I've had to worry about traveling after night. So it's weird, again, how those past life patterns will transfer into this life. And you're like, yep, no, that's encoded in my memory. Yeah. I lock my house down at night. I don't leave for shit. Yeah. Mordecai, we release you in peace to come back to us after you've gathered sustenance, my love. We need you powerful and fed. We all learn from each other. We all learn from each other. And the cool thing is, when we teach other people, then they learn new things, and then they do turn around and teach you. So we're all gathering, learning, growing, experiencing. It's all a life experience. Yes, so Girl Scouts, like the whole, make me, Mordecai. Okay, no, Mordecai, because now, you know what, if you want to talk about putting the bowls down, I've talked about doing adult photo shoots with the bowls, you know, where I have something like this, but also we have tingas. Mordecai, you couldn't handle me, man. I'd put you to sleep long before you put me to sleep. So tingas, I've talked about doing like shoots like that before. Mordecai, you don't need this. You're going to get food. I'm just sitting here and playing with anybody that's still here to play. You're not the only man that would like to see this photo shoot coming out. I just don't have anyone that I'm willing to release it for. I'm not sure. I think it's Tinga. I'm not for certain. I have a million, because you also have Thunderdrum. I've got all kinds of sound stuff that I play with, and people that are local. Yeah, because isn't life about integration of healing and adult activities? If it's not, why are we here? I'm here to heal and to grow in every expenditure. If I have to get men to listen to singing bowls through nudity, I don't know. Man, that may be what it has to be. If I have to do topless tarot to get the boys to watch, yeah, love. What can I do for you? What do you have? Tell me something good. Mordecai, go get food. Love, you've got 3 minutes to get out of this room so that you can get food. I've worked really hard to be her. I've worked really hard to be her, so she is good. Yeah. Which archetype? Persephone? I'll hang out as long as I can. I've carried the designation of High Priestess for a few years myself. I say mine with humbleness too. I was given that designation. I didn't put that upon myself, but then I realized that that was actually true. Yeah. It's been a rough alchemization and transmutation process, though, to integrate the High Priestess. Like, it's no joke. Like, it's very energetically consuming. I've also worked a lot with like the Lilith, I guess, and that's been a long road of alchemization. Right? Like just right off the tongue, Light Seeker, I want to say Joan of Arc. Like the Crusader. And Joan, I would follow along like Mary Magdalene. Like, so Light Seeker, I see, like I say, Joan of Arc, Mary Magdalene, very warrior, like fierce, almost like Leo, Bastet, like cat. And I know that all sounds like that, it all kind of is. Yeah. And you're probably also very like Aries, kind of like that charge forward, take charge, ask questions later. But intuitively, it's like you always know you're in the right place. Just like cats, how they say cats always land on their feet. It's because they're equipped, they're so, cats are such freaking cool animals. Like spiritually to talk about and like physically, like in the real 3D world to talk about. But like they are so incredibly perfect because it's like they do all these things. It's like they test the boundaries, yet it's like they tested the boundaries to the point where you're like, how did they do that? But they do it with no sweat because it's like they're designed to test the boundaries. You're designed to constantly test the boundaries and land on your feet because like God, you have designed that. Like you are meant to fall and just hit the ground and just into pose and take off. That's you since the day you were born. Don't fight that. Yeah. Yes. But like a quiet, like very old knowledge, but humble, like that, like think of tending that flame in a cave. Like, yes, it's lonely. Yes, it's tiring. But you hold the knowledge to tend the flame, and you know that there is strength and solidarity. And then you also know you're not alone because you carry like a partner within your heart. And even though you haven't seen or felt them in a long time, like they're there. They're watching over you, watching over the world. That's what I do. I make people feel seen. And hopefully not in an awful way, but it's also like when you feel seen by someone, it's because we see the best in you and we know what you're capable of, even on the days that you don't. Sometimes you need the lighthouse to be able to say, hey friend, I see you over there. Your light's shining. Don't give up. You've made it through 100% of your hardest days. Even when no one else showed up, you showed up. Oh, yes. Do not ever let go of that fierce fighter warrior heart, girl. Or boy. I don't know if you're girl or boy. I feel strongly feminine, but it could also be that you're masculine that embodies feminine, which is also a beautiful quality. I am a masculine and a feminine body, so it's very fucking confusing. Yeah. Yeah. I try not to get too hung up on gender because, like I say, I always come off as masculine and hyper masculine. That's like that's conditioning in society and everything. I mean, my birth chart dictates so much of that. And I love that it was 1/11/11 when I was talking about all that. it's like I'm hyper masculine, so when people read me, I come up as being masculine. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a beautiful, like, we are all kind of, I want to say homogenous. Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful to be able to embody both the masculine and the feminine, and we also are getting to the point where we need to start embodying the masculine and feminine in like the light and the dark, like our healed side and our dark side, like our ego shadow side. We need to start sitting with that and becoming hella fucking comfortable with our bad sides so that we don't keep enacting it. I do kind of, I do upload them to YouTube, so, and I've been working on trying to help heal the world, just nobody wants to listen. I have a whole group of people working against me, so. I think that a lot of us are needing the masculines to show up in the masculine side and being that strong, like reserved, like stoic, but also empathetic. So show up like we need like the healed masculines that understand everyone needs to be protected. And we need the healed feminines to stand up and say everyone needs to be protected. We're all walking around so wounded, being like, F that guy. Well, we can't say F that guy because that guy has to get on the ship too. I went through, and just to dive personal for a second, I went through, so to go into the astrology chart for 1 second, when you're in your South Node, North Node, those are 1.5-year long transits. So the people, and that's like the mission on Earth. So for me, the people, the key players in my life, we were all in a very succinct birthday block. They aren't ready to be healed, but they have no choice. They either heal or like cycle out. So either we heal or they're gone. It's really at the point where we can't keep supporting the bad behavior. So they can heal slowly, but they still have to heal, or they don't get on the bus. Yeah. So it's, okay, so if you're on a twin mission, I look at the twin mission like we come to Earth on a field trip bus, but we can't move those wheels until our busmate is on the seat. So if like they are in the bathroom or they're lost, or we can't leave without our twin. Some of us know we came with our twin and we can't leave without them. So we can't leave them behind, we have to wait. We just hope that that's why we send them love, because we know that we can't leave without them. So we have to send them the love and the energy when we can so that they can make it to there on time. It's no man gets left behind. So like when I was looking at like some of the people that are adversaries to me, and we're all in the same North Node, South Node combination, so we all have the same goal and mission. And I look at them and they've done real fucked up things. But I also look at, like, I want them to get home too. They've got family and missions and jobs in life, and I want them to get home too. Even though they've been a jerk to me, I love them and respect them and want them to get home because they are just as integral to this as I am. So even the people that have hurt me, it's like, I don't wish ill harm on you because I know I have to fix it. So I'm not going to make your life harder, but I wish you would know that we all have to get home, and making my life harder is only delaying the mission. Yeah. Yeah. So where it gets weird is because like I say, my North Node, South Node, the people that were the big key players in like the most recent seasons of my life, we share the North Node, South Node. So we're working for the same mission, but they're actively working against it. So I'm looking at them and I've told them all, I'm like, I love you all so much and I want to help you heal. Like I want to do Reiki, I want to do sound therapy, I want to reset all of the chakras for all of these type A, high-strung, egotistical men that need their chakras reset, but they have to be willing to help. So right now it feels like the movie Armageddon, where they have to strap the guy in so he doesn't lose his mind. like some of the people that haven't been helping, like we're just gonna have to like say, hey, sit down for a minute, and I know you don't understand, but we gotta go. Yeah. Yeah, it's so you know what's funny? Because I've had a lot of spiritual leaders pop up that aren't real. Like, I have this one guy who moved into this town that I live in, and he came in saying how he's this, that, and the other thing, but yet he's too afraid to step onto my property. So either he's not as powerful as he says he is, or I don't know, because like I say, I have a lot of spiritualists that can't seem to help me with super big problems that I have to fix, which is fine that I'm fixing it. I mean, I'm fixing them. But I see this guy's life falling apart publicly because he's been a sham. And I think it's funny. He's out there like, oh, this, that, and the other thing happened, and I don't know what it is. And I'm like, I know what it is because I saw how you tried to fuck me over. And then I saw how your life fell apart. And I saw how you're not getting the money you thought you were getting after you stole money from me. Funny. I mean, I tried warning him about karma also because, like, my mom passed away in April. And I had said how she had a very karmic ending because of all the spell work that she was doing on me. And he wanted to hear nothing about it. And I'm like, you might want to hear what her karma was because you've been messing around in the same way. And you're about to get yours, and there's a way to stop this, but you want to say how I'm wrong. So this isn't meant to be a rant, but it is also like the, hey, I saw this coming, I spoke on it, you guys all tried to fucking play with me and magic-wise, and then I've had a bunch of them do it. My mom's one of them, but my mom, her ending was super gnarly and super karmic, and I watched it, and now, yep. Wait till, because when she's locked, like once she passes over, she has to pay her debts to you, or her associates to you. So my mom's been doing spell work to try to steal my destiny since I was born, and she's been doing a lot of work with a lot of people, with a lot of groups that do occult stuff. And April 8th, which was the last eclipse, she got real sick after it. Real sick. And there's a long story with my mom, but she got real sick, and within a month she was dead. I didn't find out till like a day and a half before she died that she was sick. But to the date, a month after that last powerful eclipse in April, she was dead. Cancer. And she lived a horrible last month. They said like, hey man, she got cancer because she's been sending me hate and trying to steal my shit since birth. And she's worked together. That cancer, like, that was her second or third bout with cancer. It was her third bout with cancer. And I worked around cancer patients frequently. So I see how our generational patterns, the emotions, how it builds in our body as cancers, dis-ease, all of that. Like, I worked in the medical field to be able to correlate how our generational and family patterns translate into spiritual lessons, translates into physical dis-ease. So this was a woman, like I say, she died a horrible death, and I told her, I go, I've been telling her for years, and when I caught wise that she was doing death spells on me and binding and all of this stuff, I said cease and desist, and she didn't. Yes, so I'll hop in that for a minute, but so I had told her cease and desist. She refused. They kept us throwing flames on the fire. I've watched them get in car accidents. I've watched the cancer come for them. I've watched the death. I've watched the stillbirth. I've watched all of that. Okay, so it's not even, so hold on. Cosmic 42. I'm gonna grab a bell or grab a bowl. I'm gonna bring out some your energy, and we're gonna get into that because we don't want to get into dogma. Nothing is like absolute, like you have to do 3 times. You don't. It's the intentions that you set behind it. It's how much you want it, how much you love it, and then how much energy you put into it behind it. Gratitude is how we get other things, though. Because if we say, I love the fact that I have warm house, I've got food in my belly, you're going to get more food and a warm house. So being grateful for what we have definitely creates more. It's being the magician and the alchemist in your own life. But typically, though, what you do want to utilize is that when you are getting something, blessings, information, knowledge, you do want to give gratitude and offering. So like when you're working with your ancestors, I love to leave gratitude to them. And I mean, working with my ancestors, like, it's like, remember how your grandmother used to create that apple pie? So how do you honor that knowledge and that wisdom that your grandmother had? When you get a piece of apple pie, do you leave a little piece for her so that way she remembers that, like, I remember you. I remember all of that you struggled for. Because when we release the ancestral trauma and wounds, we also unlock our ancestral healing, the good stuff, the knowledge, the hard work. So when we're asking for any energetic exchange, yes, you do have to give something in return. But look at it as like, in order to receive, we must give up. So when think of your family's recipes, think of how much wisdom and knowledge and where they've brought that from, right? So honor your family by making their favorite recipes and think of all the struggles that they've been through, and then think about how you want to live a better life so that all of that work that they went through is honored, right? Like if you I love my family's recipes, how do you start honoring your family recipes and then open your own restaurant with your grandma's recipe that somehow ends up in your lab? And I know that's all fantastical, but shit really does work that way, where it's you start honoring and then the answer comes to you. So how do you start unlocking those things that you need to be doing? By honoring your past memories. Oh, no, I think she's just trying to offer insight to it. But I'm going to say this. I'm not I tell people to watch their hex hands because you don't know, A, how people are protected, and B, you don't know what contracts they have. So, Cosmic 42, I hope to see you again, my love. If you would like to whisper me, you most definitely can. I think misunderstood. It's not that you're aggressive. It's people don't know how to interpret it. But if they look at your soul, they know that wasn't, yes. Boundaries are for other people's protection. I think, so here's what I say to that. Boundaries are for other people's protections because it's a check within you that says if we cross this point, I'm going to be danger and I'm not going to be good for anyone. So when you establish a boundary, it's so that you don't hurt other people. And enforcing your boundaries doesn't mean that you're punishing them. That means that you're protecting them. Again, it's like when you say, I refuse to be spoken to in a disrespectful manner. And then stand on that. Be like, I refuse. Sometimes we do have to bind people. We bind them. So return to sender. I don't curse people, but I do return to sender. Because if you spent the time and the energy to send it to me, I'm going to send it back to you. I do tarot readings. I do. If you would like to book a personal, we can do that through my site. You can go to SirenSongLover.in and we can schedule that way. You can always donate to my ministry. Always love, love, love. The tools are expensive. The knowledge is expensive. The time to do it is expensive. But you can always donate to the ministry. SirenSong Lover on Cash App, capital S, Siren, capital S, Song, capital L, Lover. I am worth the big bucks. I'm going to do a little bit sound bowl, and then what I'll do, I'll pull some cards since we got some people in here. Maximus 1574. We're going to be doing just some general collective energy reads and do some general energy clears. This here I've got is a Moldavite singing bowl, and I do more than just reading. I do Reiki, I do sound therapy, I do inner child healing, womb clearing, all of that. I teach you how to clear yourself so that you can help yourself and others. This here, Moldavite, what we're talking about is we're going to clear out our crown energy. We're going to allow that antenna to get rid of the thoughts that we don't need and allow a clear channel from source energy to bring in thoughts for you. So Maximus, I would love to hop in. Thank you, Mars, for putting Moldavite in the comments there. Maximus, I'm going to do like a little energy clear out, and then we'll pull the cards out and we'll see what we got going. Okay, so take a big breath in, blow it out. Imagine a purple light coming down from the sky, bright purple white light showering upon your head and washing away any cosmic dirt, dust, smoke that is clearing your mental space. Allow it to wash away to the ground. The ground will transmute, alchemize all of that confusion, all of that pain. Release it. Release it. Let Mother Earth take your pain. You do not need it. And in order to receive love and guidance, we must release our pain and our fear. To receive love and guidance, release pain and fear. All right. That's the crown. I do have sacral, which we can get into a little bit and a little bit. To a little bit and a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I live, first off, I've had a lot of indigenous medicine thrown at me, so through that I've had to definitely Om, because that channel's home. Om, home. That's your sound, your song home. That's how you sing your sound home. SirenSong, lover, that's your Om, your Om. You learn your song, your Om, to get home. Okay. I'm here all week. I live on native land, and I have, on the property, I have a medicine woman and a Indian chieftain. So a lot of stuff that comes in, I live on plantation land because I live in the South. I live in a very bloody part of the South. So I have a lot of energetic spirits around here that are native in nature and African in nature. So sometimes that channeling of tribal coming through is like the land that I live on. It's like I'm that antennae for the spirits to express, to be released, to go home. Yeah? Yeah. Yes. I love because people will channel into the energy and they'll be like, there is a medicine woman on your property and I'm terrified of her. I'm like, oh, yep, no, I know. Because I'm part medicine woman. So, or not part, I am medicine woman. I am war chieftain. Like, it makes sense that I would be on a property that has that spiritual, energetic vibration because that's what I am. And I have been since birth. I just happened to find this place haphazardly after a very long journey. Like, I think this place chose me, not necessarily I chose it. So, anyway, all right, let's pull some cards. This is the Crow Tarot that I have right here. Let's see what beautiful energies we want to pop out of here. Okay. So we have the Sun and King of Swords. So you have Leo energy, and you have King of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So King of Swords is very discerning. They're very cutthroat. They're very brutal. I know what I want and I'm going straight for it. For the Sun, that is the happiest card in the deck. And the Sun is number 19, which is very auspicious. It's, like I say, the happiest card in the deck. So the Sun is shining. It's Sun Day. That's because we take that to say that the Sun is to be celebrated. You as the personal sun in your life are meant to be celebrated. So the Sun is, how are you living your best life? How are you embodying that fierce, ferocious Leo energy? King of Swords, you're using discernment. You're using logic to cut away things that don't make sense. And sometimes what that looks like is like not making sense, but realizing it's not making sense and making the best decision about what makes the most logical sense. So King of Swords is using that discernment of being like, nothing's clear, but I'm going to use my best reasoning cap to make a decision. So King of Swords, very much, I know what I want, and they stand on business. Like Swords, anybody air sign Swords is known for walking away and not ever opening that door again to come back. Geminis are a little on the cusp, but Geminis are Geminis, and we love Geminis. Flames, peace. I think of the geometry. How are you writing about your ancient experiences, the cycles closing out? How are you learning, growing from all of it? Use the light within you to create your best experience. Okay, two more came out there. Let's see. Okay. So this is very much video killed the radio. Sorry, it came out again. That's why I'm kind of like, okay. So balancing. The lotus is known for sitting in dirty environments and cleaning up the environment all day, and then at night it closes in on itself to do its own self-reparation. So even if you're in a bad situation or environment, how are you opening to help clean, purify, bring in balance and restoration? And then at night, how are you going into isolation to clean, clear, balance your energy that you've used to transmute and alchemize? So use the information that you have been given about everything and be the lotus to bring balance. Sometimes you have to bend that light, that prism, to be able to see what you need to see. Look through the clowns, look through all of the deception, look through it. So for here, it's balancing. It's all coming after a long, hard cycle. You're being balanced out. The royalty, you're finding out your royalty, your dreams, that peace, that balance, Buddha, divinity. It's all a part of your destiny. And it's been hidden from you. Like today on my walk, I was thinking about how Jesus had said that you are more powerful than the God of the Bible, and you are going to do greater works and be more powerful than Jesus. He was telling us that you are meant to be like him, to embody his works, even the fantastical ones like turning water into wine, and you are actually meant to do better than that. Your gift is to, yes, let go of your sins, your salvations, and like let that go, like stop doing it. It's not meaning let that go, like don't, keep doing it full regalia and let someone else do it. But what it's saying is learn your lessons, stop doing what's hurting you, and then you will actually be able to step into your divinity and go even farther than him. So tap into that knowledge that you are powerful, you are God, you are the divinity. It's all within you. You gotta untap it. Jesus can't teach you, you have to teach you. There are those of us though that are awake, that are willing to say, hey man, this is the right path. Like that was the other part I was thinking about today, because there was the prophecy that the 144, and what that was the ones that woke up and realized that they needed to learn the ways of Jesus and the teachings of Jesus, and even though society was going to shun them, they would be the ones that would shepherd the earth because they were the ones who were willing to answer the call. So, I don't know if any of that makes sense or if it's all just kind of a weird little... But we were meant to do more, and they intentionally withheld the knowledge so that we would be able to be contained. But that's a whole other... So start using your discernment to determine what you want, what your best life looks like, what the future looks like. If it doesn't look like what it has in the past, then be willing to make a new future. I think that's the biggest thing. Is I had so many people that were like, well, it can't be that way. Why can't it be? Why can't we learn, grow, evolve, and change? Of course, then I realized that these were people who were also heavy into dogma and religion and structure, falsely so, but still. So they were never going to be able to see anything other than that structure because that structure kept them safe. They liked that. Except it was built on sand. So you can't. Your job is to figure out what your foundation is, what makes you happy, what you want. 5 of Cups. No more being left out in the cold. No more pain. No more heartache. No more letting other people's cups be filled other than yours. 5 of Cups, it's always that sad, that destitute, again, left out in the cold. There's still 2 cups, and the cups can still be filled. So yes, it's sad. Yes, it's hard, but it can change. 5 is always about change. They need to change. The scales need to change. And it's slow, but it's also very fast. And it literally takes 1 for everything to change. 1 grain of sand, 1 grain of salt, 1 person, 1 voice, 1 note. So, well, it all looks sad, it all looks scary, it all looks like it's lost. No, 5 Cups is you still have cups. You can still fill them. You can still move forward and progress. So don't let that be the end of your story. Let it be, okay, I'm going to pick up where I came from. And it can be, you can cuss, you can cry, you can scream, you can throw punches in the air, but you gotta keep going. All right. Let's take a few more cards. We got a few more cards. Thinking I'm gonna grab the same bowl and do some more there. Alright, let's see what that one is. Ace of Swords. You have to use logic, discernment. It's going to hurt like hell. It'll feel like surgical excision without anesthesia, but it's the logical decision of how you need to proceed forward. Wheel of Fortune came out, and Queen of Wands. So Wheel of Fortune, it's all moving in your favor. The wheel is turning. You just have to be willing to stay on it and keep going. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it sucks. Yes, you don't know if it's going to work. You have to have faith. The Wheel of Fortune is knowing that it's all turning even if you can't see it. It's being a gardener and knowing that your seeds are growing even though you can't see if everything was right and it's actually happening. You just have to close your eyes and know that it's going to be there. So the Wheel of Fortune is knowing and having faith that all the steps you've put in before now have grown into what you want it to be. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's that fiery energy. We're sitting in our embodiment. We know what we want. We're passionate. We go push forward. The sky is the limit. Queen of Wands is like that. We want to be her when she's healthy, healed, growing in the right direction. Not when she's out of balance. 10 of Wands. Putting down those heavy burdens, those imbalances, saying, I can't carry it anymore. I can't shoulder it anymore. That's not mine to carry. Put it down. So do it. And then of Wands. Passionate offers. Hello. Hey. Hi. You're back. Ace of Wands, bringing passionate offers, passionate projects after letting go of those burdens. Put down the burdens. Don't carry them. You can't. It's too much. You are a queen. You don't carry anything. I'm ready for the status when I get to walk through somewhere and I don't have to carry a bag. Like, it's literally people are carrying it for me. I'm like, yep, that's the status. That I don't have to stop for an exit. I don't have to carry my own bag. And I know that sounds all just so, yeah, I spent my whole life being a servant to someone else. I would like to be able to just know what it feels like, even for a day. Like, tomorrow's my birthday. I would love to know what it feels like for a day to just have everything flow seamlessly, as if the whole world were, like, as if I were royalty. So that's, once you put down those burdens and that weight and those bags that you're carrying for someone else, you can bring in and you can allow, thank you, my love. Once you allow those burdens to fall away, you can be free. Like, walk through doorways with the weight off your shoulder, knowing that I have not a care in the world. All of my passions are taken care of. So, yeah. So, I share a birthday with Rumi, if you know anything about Rumi. So I'm like, yes, ascended master wise. I'm like, I come from the line of legends. Yeah. I have, oh, actually, okay, so if you love Rumi, I've got some Rumi cards over there I could probably pull out. Or one day we could pull out for a read for you. But, yeah, I come from a birthday with Rumi. So if you're ever wondering where that knowledge comes from, it's Rumi. And, I want to say there's also, you probably, I'll give you, have you checked out Saint Germain or Saint Germain and the Violet Flame? Because if you feel it to Rumi, I would go check out Saint Germain and the Violet Flame. Yeah. So Six of Swords, you have got to move away from those things that are causing you pain and distress. Don't keep entertaining the things that are keeping you trapped. Okay? Hold on. I'll show you. We're gonna go up just a little bit. We're gonna pull out. So let's pull out, this is that sacral bowl. I do glow. I've known that for about 3 years. If you... Think your Tantra, that's sacral. Let's knock out that dogma. Yeah. Let's knock out the dogma. Let's knock out the religion. Let it go. So I actually have lost 80 pounds. To show you a full of my body. Hold on. My clothes are deceptive right now. Hold on. So this is, I've lost 80 pounds in this whole journey. This hole is new. I never would have gotten a rib tattoo because my whole entire life I've been, yeah. It turns out that when you leave toxic men, you also leave the weight that you had to carry so that they wouldn't attack you because you were pretty. Like, I kept weight on myself so that my ex wouldn't see me as competition. I've always been able to pull men. I just didn't because I knew that would make me in danger. That's the thing, like, okay, so here's the thing. When I open the DMs, I have 3 people in there at any given point. So when people are like, "You're never gonna date again," I'm like, I can have 3 guys in my DMs in 20 minutes. So, and actually more than that. But let's play that game. Yeah, it's slow and steady though. People want that magic wand, and that's not how it works. You didn't gain that weight, T. You didn't gain that weight overnight, and it takes a little bit longer to take off than that too. But when you do, you start realizing, like, our body cages us. Our body is the cage that holds from our mind. So when we imprison ourselves so that we don't get hurt, we start building that defense around our cage. So it's that whole, how do you start opening up your body so that you can release it? So I do a lot of somatics. I do a lot of yoga. There's a lot of belly dancing that goes on. Walking. I walked like freaking crazy when I was going through all of my stuff. Because if I sat, like if I wasn't walking, I probably would have self-destructed. All right, well, you know, you'll have to go, so you would have to go check out some of my, because I also release videos, like on some of the other platforms. I'll release, I do some of my breath work, so I'll do a time lapse and release those. I do some of my yoga, I do a time lapse and release those. But that's all, like, to be in my life, it's meditation and yoga. Mordecai, I would have you in like a little pretzel pose, resetting your chakra if you were to actually show up to like court me, man. You don't even know what you'd be asking for. I had trauma. Yep. So that's why I started doing it, because it's all trauma, and a lot of us have a lot more trauma of that than we realize. So I'm an old school bitch. Of course I'm going to say courting. I'm an old school bitch. I am an old school. We need more tradition. Men to be men and women to be women. Okay, so the last boy I was dating, he wanted to be the girl too. I'm like, we can't both be the queen. He wasn't even a queen. He wasn't even a princess. I'm like, we can't both be girls. To take care of me, but then he also wouldn't agree to allow someone else to take care of me and or us. So I'm like, you couldn't do the job, but you're also blocking me from having the job done. Like, grow the fuck up. Like, I can't, I mean, his mom was his main woman, so I guess maybe there wasn't enough room in that life for us. You would be surprised. I am very adept at disappearing and not being caught. Mordecai, I've had many men, especially in the last few years, trying to pin me down and marry me, and I refuse. They've even tried to do it forcibly and coercively, and I still... Yeah, I want to be a woman. I want to be a woman. Yes, let me be soft. I am a completely different woman when I'm soft. Completely. Like, in all the rest, like, I flow. So yeah, soft me is way different than other day, me. And it's beautiful. We just need to find men that can allow us to be soft. Yes. Like, if I have to fist fight you, you're not the man for me. I know. Well, Mordecai, if he gets it, he gotta start putting in the receipts to prove it, man. We'll find him a beautiful woman yet. I am a resident matchmaker, so, and my matches last decades. Mordecai, I really am a sight to behold. My last recent ex-boyfriend did say, like, he got some really good pictures of me in the light. And he's like, you were art in motion. I was like, yep, I am an experience to behold. Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. Truth. That's how you get into my heart, truth. That's how you get into my house, truth. And fair compensation. Yeah. That was heavy for me, personally. That was... Kindness, that's how you earn a million miles with me, is kindness and honesty, truth, loyalty, decency. Oh. Okay. I did raise the camera and come over here to look for the roommate cards. I have to unpack a little bit for that, so there. My house is a house. Okay. I think a roommate is in here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I do heavy work all day long, and it takes, in and out. We're good. Just keep swimming, right? Okay. I am going to take like just a minute or two. I'm going to kind of get everything set, take a drink, take a hit of the vape, and then read for you, Mars. Because I have a feeling it's going to be probably pretty heavy, like the Chan message. So I feel it coming. I think that's why I also wanted to clear out the energy. Like, I know whatever's coming for your read is going to be pretty freaking heavy, and I'm trying to process it before it comes out. If that makes, like, I'm trying to figure out how to, because I feel your energy coming for that read, and that's why I'm also, like, I wanted to clear out and kind of process for a minute, but I do want to gather before I pop into it. Sometimes who do you know that can donate? It's not necessarily, like, always being able to pay for your reading. It's who do you know that has a reading that would benefit that you could recommend, because that's how we get a lot of our clients. Why do you think? Okay, I lost a lot of weight because I got really distracted when I was trying to eat. Like, I would be so distracted by, like, the next form of knowledge that I needed, or the next reading to do, or the next. And honestly, Mordecai, like, when you're spiritual, like, I get information at 3 a.m. I'm constantly on call. Like, I talked to my daughter about this. She wanted to be like, oh yeah, like, spiritual. Like, this isn't a joke. This isn't like a fad. This is. When Spirit calls you at 3 a.m, you answer the fucking call. Thank you. I'm so glad you understand. Because people are like, oh yeah, like, I read tarot. And I'm like, no, no, no. There's a difference between reading tarot and actually being an agent for God. Okay, Mordecai. Give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, no. No, no. You didn't shut the conversation down, man. I have, like, some heavy feelings coming in from, Mars. What's your cat's name? That's what I have to ask you. It's always, what's your cat's name? What's your ancestor's name? And I'm gonna bet it's like an orange tabby. He's probably a little psycho, but adorable. Okay, I'm gonna ring in. This is the sunshine bowl, or the sunset bowl. So the feelings right now is like that personal empowerment. So let's ring in the sunshine. Take a big breath in. Blow it out. Mars, when you're ready, please let me know you're back in so I can read for you, love. All right. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to book a service with me, that can be done at SirenSongLover.in. You can always email me, SirenSongLover@yahoo.com. Sewing into the ministry is always appreciated. The time, money, energy, effort, equipment, knowledge is very expensive. And right now I'm on a donation and a booking basis that donations are always appreciated. And that can be done Cash App, Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. Yeah. So this is the Sunset Bowl. Channeling our solar plexus, our personal sunshine, our empowerment, our embodiment. Think sunny disposition. How are you bringing out and letting your personal sunshine out into the world, or are you hiding it behind sadness and clouds? Release your fears. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Fears are manufactured in a Hollywood basement. Have we not heard Red Hot Chili Peppers sing about this before? Fear is an illusion. Breathe in love. Exhale fear. Okay. All right. All right. Let me know when you're ready, Mars. Please let me know when you're back in. Am I? Yes. Okay. All right. Hiya, cottage. I am upright. Then, and it's Sunday. We have to worry about, or not worry about it, but they got weird little Canadian little. Sunday we're just doing self-love, integration, healing, taking care of ourselves, drinking, breathing, resting, meditating. Been doing a lot of sound stuff today just to help release any stuck energy in our vibrational fields. So I'm good. Tomorrow's my birthday, so sad but happy. I don't know. Trying to figure out what's going on in life, trying to figure out how to move forward with everything. Yeah. All right. Mordecai, you're back. Mordecai, would you like me to pull a card to know what you need to know? Thank you. I take birthday presents in the form of donations. It's always appreciated. Show your girl some love so she can buy herself her flowers for her birthday. Oh, gosh. All right. All right, Mordecai. Let's see. Let's see. My love. What does Mordecai need to know? Mordecai, what's your cat's name? And is he an orange tabby? I need flowers today. If you don't, that's the thing boys don't realize. If you don't buy flowers, the flowers will be coming from some other dude. Is he a gray tabby? Okay, so does every time I say Mordecai, does your cat look at me? I love Russian blues. I do. I'm going to start saying, you know what, I'll say Mordecai all day long in the most beautiful voice so your kitty looks at me every time. Oh, I can't wait to see him. Oh. Mordecai. Okay. 3-1. This is balancing out the foundation. And my love, this comes after the Tower. This is heavy Scorpio energy. You've got to let it fall. Scorpio is all about that rebirth, right? That death, that rebirth, that cycle. Yeah? So you have to let go of those foundations, those passions that were not working for you. You gotta let it go. That is the energy that needs to come for you and for your little Mordecai. Handsome boy. I'm sure he's gorgeous. Mordecai needs a new palace. So let the foundations, the passions that weren't building your castle go. You can't stop it. And I would sing it, but I don't want you to get mad. Yep, nope. Okay, then would you rather it be salt and pepper? Don't make me get all weird, like come get your mama because she's shaking her butt. Yeah, no. Okay, then we mean, push it. Push it real good. No, David, no. Okay. I don't get invited to the school very often because my kids, you know, I'm a hippie chick that sings push it, so, you know, they're like, oh, not Monacan. Alright. I have kids that were relevant around the time the Frozen song came out. That's why it's like forever burned into my brain. I don't sing it because I like it. I sing it because there were many years that I just listened to it. So I don't sing it because I'm like, oh yeah, I love it. I sing it because it's like indoctrinated in my brain. Yeah, no, but like I said, I had kids. I've had kids in my life. Like, I started raising kids at the age of 15, so almost 30 years of having kids, so I've watched a lot of cartoons. Eight of Swords. Release the mental imprisonment around whatever it is that's in holding you still. It's probably an ideal that doesn't fit you anymore. Yeah? All right, Mars. Have you seen Mordecai? Mordecai. Have you watched Dinner for Schmucks? Please tell me you like that type of humor. I was just keeping myself occupied, Mars, while you were busy. I told you I can handle multiple people at once. Okay, so there's the scene from it's Zach Galifianakis and Steve Carell, and they're talking about mind control, but Zach Galifianakis is like, I release you. That's what that reminded me of. You'd have to watch that part. It's pretty funny. I like Steve Carell. I like Zach Galifianakis. Potentially. Eight of Swords, releasing that mental entrapment, that mental imprisonment. Oh, Mars, you weren't in earlier. Mordecai actually did get to enjoy my meal with me for a little bit. I did eat earlier. I also have a very fussy stomach. It's our second gut and our intuition, so my stomach's always talking some kind of snack. almost like it's talking shit. Oh my gosh, when I used to x-ray little kids, and they would have so much like poop in their belly, and you know, because kids like farts and poop jokes, and I'd be like, you're full of shit. And this one kid was like, oh my gosh, like he was really mad and upset, and I'm like, come on dude, it just means you need to fart. Your tummy hurts because you need to fart. And he was like, no. I'm like, your x-ray shows you need to go. Just do it. Okay. Oh. All right. If anybody's under 18, they should know that they should not be in here. And if they don't, that's... I worked in the medical field. I've had a lot of history. I've been a lot of places. I've done a lot of things. I've met a lot of people. I've got a lot of stories. So, yeah. I'm not quite... You're allowed to stay. Okay, Mars, we're going to channel back into that energy. Oh, I don't. My kids came out cursing from the womb. My kids are little thugs. Yeah. I'm not proud that I'm not proud of who I was as a mom, but I do know that, like, I raised my kids to be able to survive in this world. Yeah, so. Okay, I just leave people alone. I guess I don't go. Yeah. All right, Myers. Let's see what information I need to pull. What's the current energy? Yeah. So, and I kind of hit a wall. That's why it's like I channel, it's like I do hit a wall. And if you'd like, I can give you that info that I have that pulled out. But you do have walls around you, like protection walls around you, but it feels like it's like, remember how I was talking about Chan, like when I was talking about Chan earlier, how like they're in a place where they can't communicate? That's part of what your energy feels like around you. Yeah, but so the first cards that were to pop were Nine of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. So we know that this has to do with money, stability, like your legacy. So this is type, but the world pops out in reverse. So this is saying that whatever this is tied to, it's like tied, bound. Okay, so here's, and I'm going to add this piece to it because, like, onto the floor fell the King of Swords. So this is an Air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, masculine. Or even the feminine, so it could be a karmic feminine and then a masculine, like an authority. So this feels, okay. So the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles in the world. So that's like that's locked, right? So that could potentially be your husband. That's like lost. Like that world, that chapter, that's like bound, vaulted. Okay. That's solid. That's right there. Just the money's good. The world it's saying that, like, for me, it's in reverse. So it's like, that, like, seat positions established. That's solid. Boom. Sits right there. Okay. So when this other situation starts to resolve, that will unlock and move forward. Your partner, your counterpart is holding your money, and they're holding that stability. Okay, because on the flip side of it, on the floor was the King of Swords. So this could be a karmic like a karmic feminine in a very hyper masculine position, but it has to do around Seven of Wands. And again, these were both on the floor. They were both flipped. They were both reversed. So what this is telling me is that there was a force from your past, like a masculine that was very cutting, conniving, manipulative, angry, petty, holding you captive over your choices and your options. Except for, in this scenario, that's on the floor. So it's not holding, like, you're free from that. Your counterpart is holding you, and he's holding this up here on the table, just safe, solid. Stop freaking out. Stop breathing hard about that. It's fine. Okay? Your job is to breathe and rest and relax and have fun as much as you can, because soon you're going to be called into action with your partner. Okay, your counterpart's with you. They're holding that spot. That person from the past that was holding you and trying to bind you, they can't. Your job is to grow and keep releasing yourself. Okay? Your counterpart's got it. He's locked. You're safe. Whatever this is from the past, and like I say, it could be your mama, it could be your sister, it could be your auntie, it could be a feminine that's just acting like a low-down snake. They've been trying to bind your passions. They cannot. But right now you sit at a standstill. So your job, lean into love, breathe, rest, meditate, drink your water. Okay? Ashe, let it go. Okay, how did that information resonate for you? And I'll pull a roomie also, because I know we talked about the roomie. Yeah, lean into love. Like, okay, so everything has always worked out for you 100% to this day, right? So you know it's always going to work out. You can do a trust fall with the universe. You can free float because you know that the ground is still there and it's going to catch you. You unlock your door. You've got the key and you know where it's hidden. You unlock your door. You ready for some roomie? But tell your friends, man. Send them over for readings. Send them for Reiki. Send them for sound therapy. So half an hour reads are 45. An hour reads 75. I do, like I say, Reiki, sound therapy, inner child healing. Tell me that, and then pay me, Mordecai. Don't be stiff-arming me. That's how you don't get in the seat. You don't get into the club because you don't want to give me my props. Baby, you can donate. I know you said you're broke right now. You can donate what you can donate. You don't have to even. Just go spread the love. Keep healing. Keep growing. Keep learning. Keep teaching. Yeah? And Mordecai, of course I'm amazing. But it is so, so beautiful, especially on a Libra Queen's birthday eve, to show her love and tell her she's loved. All right, so let's see. Oh, okay, so you ready? I know, but I do need money, so that just, you know. I need people to start showing me by telling me they love me. Like, take me to dinner, buy me flowers. I know I'm strong. I want to be soft. I want to be loved. I want to be taken care of. So this is the beautiful message that came out also from the roomie with you. So Mars, ready? Number 25. So this is 7. This is options. This is choices. Use discernment. Salt and sugar look the same. Know that they both can poison you. Learn when it's your friend and when it's your not. Okay? So beyond the threshold of fear. Number 25 and 7. This is out of the roomie deck. Okay? Beyond the threshold of fear. Push through the fear. And I'll pull up the book and read that because I feel like there's a message in there for us. Number 18, this is number 9. So when you push beyond the threshold of fear, number 25 and 7, that's your choices, your options. Number 18, which comes into number 9, you step into a new gown. When you push beyond the threshold of fear, you allow for a new gown. You can put on new robes, you can put on new crowns when you're willing to step onto the path to walk to the castle. Do it. Step past fear and step into your position. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. The crown room has been set. The throne has been set up in position. They've brought your offers. Where are you? Be willing to step into that position. Okay? All right, so 18, a new gown. Let's see what the number is there, or what the card is there. A new gown. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Keep going. Past that breath. It's like when you're running and you hit the wall when you're running. If you push just a little bit further, you can go a lot farther. And all it does is a little bit of discomfort and just pop a little harder, okay? So just pushing back that fear, like just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so helpless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness." Okay. Love embraced by spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. Rumi. Okay. I have the perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colors, of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more... Yeah.